Mr Speaker.
Stephen Browning.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. Ki ngā tangata whenua o te tau ihu kia ora. Nā te apa te rā, nā te kuea, rangatane au warau, nā te koata, nā te rārua, nā te tama ki te ihu, te ati awa o te waka a Maui, and nā te toa rangatira. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. I feel privileged to be a representative here today while this settlement is introduced. This settlement bill is introduced. It's a bill that reflects some redress, just some redress, for the tangata whenua of the rohe of my childhood and much of my adult life. My rohe, Pelorus, Apawa, Kaituna and Wairau being the awa of my rohe. I'd like to acknowledge those that have passed on. There's far too many that I have known, enjoyed and respected, and just some of the families, the Staffords, the Walkers, remember Kath Hemi, and there are others. I like that the bill recognises Rangatane's historical association, the Endeavour Inlet, just over the hill, but on the same slopes of the same Monga, Aureri, Mount Stokes, my Monga, where I lived in Anakawa Bay for 6 years, thanks to Uncle Peter Waka of Ngāti Kuia. And at 300 metres on the slopes of Aureri, I looked out at Titi and the Chetwood Islands, and they again are given recognition in this tome of a bill to Ngāti Kuia and Rangatane. I look further out, of course, to Takaparewa, Stevens Island, and I think it has been part of previous settlements. I note the number of other islands and places that are given historical recognition at this point too, for Te Atiawa, Ngāti Apa and others. I recall my childhood in Blenheim and being at school and hearing the stories of the archaeologists at the Wairau Boulder Bank, the Wairau Bar, place where I used to bike out to, looking at lizards and katapo spiders. But those stories enthralled us. But what we weren't getting when we were there was the real history. What we weren't getting was the substance of mana whenua that this bill at last acknowledges. This bill acknowledges the mana whenua of other friends and many, of course, that I don't know. It's essential that we have the Crown apology, and I acknowledge the Minister and those that have dealt with this bill and the fact that there is the apology as part of the settlement. As my colleague has said, this is a deal, it's not really a settlement, but it is some redress as we go along. Some hapu may not feel that this is for them, and some, and I'm thinking of my good friend at Kaituna, who may have some variation, rangatane behind me, who has been probably the best educator for me about the history of what's happened in through this area that's been covered. It's been fantastic, far too late at night many a time, through to the small hours, to the daylight hours even. I look forward to this bill progressing in the House. I'm pleased to be in a party that has an overlay of Te Tiriti o Waitangi before its other principles of stewardship and social justice that we do in the Green Party. I look forward to this bill progressing. This is a great day of celebration, and I'm really, really pleased to see you all here and be part of it. So, nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Jonathan Young.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very pleased to stand